Right now at 10, the verdict is in. The jury's decision in a La Crosse man's human trafficking trial.
And Governor Walz celebrates Minnesota's strength in his State of the State address.
Plus, what Vernon County officials want you to know to prepare for Mother Nature's worst.
Watching WKBT La Crosse, this is News 8 Now at 10.
Good evening, I'm Emily Brown.
And I'm Ken Kozarowski. We begin with the garrison commander suspended at Fort McCoy. We have an update tonight from the U.S. Army Reserve. Their new statement says Colonel Shayla Baez Ramirez did not direct or support the removal of any leader portraits of President Trump, J.D. Vance, and Pete Hegseth. They say she is suspended right now for administrative reasons, not any misconduct. Those three portraits are now visible on the leaderboard at Fort McCoy. Officials say the investigation into their removal is ongoing.
A La Crosse man is guilty of human trafficking. A jury today finding 45-year-old Dre Broadnax guilty on all 5 of his felony charges. He's convicted of forcing a woman to cross the state and perform sex acts with multiple men as punishment for losing drug money. Chantel Kibler is also facing charges related to the incident. Her jury trial is scheduled for June 9th.
Minnesota Governor Tim Walz delivering his State of the State address tonight. His speech was centered around security in Minnesota. He touted child tax credits and guaranteed school lunches, programs he says allow families to feel a sense of security for child care, as well as security in the workplace, like secured sick time and the right to collective bargaining. Walz also criticizing actions made by the Trump administration in its first 100 days in power. He says while Minnesota is as strong as it's ever been, the nation faces a moment of great uncertainty.
The President of the United States has chosen to throw our economy into turmoil. Global markets are teetering on the brink of collapse. Businesses across this country and here in Minnesota are already laying off employees by the thousands. Working people are paying more for basic goods, and if you haven't checked your 401k lately, don't do it.
The Minnesota Republican Party chairman releasing a statement in response to the address. Quote, tonight, Governor Tim Walz delivered his State of the State address. As expected, it was full of applause, lines, distractions, and spin, but sorely lacking in truth. What Minnesotans needed to hear tonight wasn't polished rhetoric. They needed accountability. They needed a plan, and they didn't get it.
Congressman Derek Van Orden toured Mid-City Steel in La Crosse this afternoon. He met with multiple La Crosse business owners and leaders discussing how to strengthen local, state, and national manufacturing and production.
There is a plan in place in order to get a level playing field for our manufacturers and farmers and everybody here. And when America has a level playing field, we will dominate any industry.
Protesters gathered near Mid-City Steel by Buckner Place and Milwaukee Street in an attempt to speak with Van Orden about Trump administration and GOP-backed proposed cuts to education, Social Security, and agriculture.
Medicaid coverage could be expanded for new mothers. The Wisconsin State Senate almost unanimously passing a bill to extend postpartum Medicaid coverage. But as News 8 Now's Grace Monk explains, that doesn't mean it will cross the finish line.
Wisconsin's Medicaid program currently offers women 60 days of postpartum coverage. The bill aims to expand that period to 1 year, allowing low-income women above the poverty line to qualify for Medicare.
Hormones change and their bodies are changing, so if they've had any conditions during their pregnancy, such as gestational diabetes or hypertension, they need continuing care.
According to the DHS, between 2020 and 2022, 2/3 of postpartum deaths in Wisconsin occurred after 2 months.
Generally, we think about the first 3 months postpartum, but really postpartum mood and anxiety disorders can be diagnosed up to 1 year postpartum.
The American Rescue Plan Act of 2021 allowed states to extend postpartum coverage. Wisconsin is currently one of 2 states without the extension.
It makes absolutely no sense that Wisconsin be isolated with Arkansas as far as not providing postpartum Medicaid coverage.
The legislation currently has bipartisan support, which passed through the Senate in a vote of 32-1 on Tuesday.
We actually put aside partisan differences. We actually moved away from the ideological wars that have been taking place, unfortunately, in this state for too long, and recognize that let's put our mothers first.
The state assembly will decide what happens next to the bill.
Now, last year, Assembly Speaker Robin Vos did not put that bill up for a hearing or a floor vote. He says he does not support an expansion of welfare. However, Republican Senate President Mary Felskowski said this week on the Senate floor that, quote, "we'll get the Assembly there."
Crawford County is taking steps to prevent mosquito-borne illnesses this season. The county health department is highlighting the danger of unused tires as mosquito breeding grounds. Officials advise covering, recycling, or properly storing detached tires to eliminate standing water where mosquitoes reproduce.
Our focus is not just on tires, but we like to highlight the tires because sometimes people don't think of those areas as places where mosquito larvae grow. But for those folks who maybe don't have tires in their yards or in the back 40, anything that holds water for any amount of time is potentially a nursery for mosquito larvae.
Mosquitoes can carry West Nile virus and other diseases.
Well, what an interesting day weather-wise. I mean, warm temperatures, the sun was out, and then for some, pea-sized hail came down and some thunder tonight, Greg.
Yeah, we even had some this morning too, because it's kind of just rounds and rounds of showers and thunderstorms, but you don't get every round, and a lot of areas still remain dry, but still there's that threat with some weak disturbances aloft that are coming through, and that'll be the story through tomorrow too, although I think we'll see more cloud cover going on. For the morning, we'll still have showers going on. Actually looks around I-90 to I-94, kind of in that general area. You'll see showers throughout the morning, getting back up to 59, but a lot more cloud cover going on too, and a northeast wind, so you're going to keep those temperatures a little bit cooler tomorrow. Now, less likely for rain for Eau Claire. It's going to be just on the border probably. They'll see chances probably later in the day too, but also cloud cover and only 55 with that also that east-northeast. We've had actually some severe weather just south of Prairie du Chien towards central Iowa. Some of that activity just percolating left and right here with a little bit of a hail threat, but it is going to generally weaken as it lifts north. But that's just a sign that we have some more activity coming out, and you can see some of those storms just south of Prairie du Chien going to Glutenberg, and they're kind of generally moving to the east or kind of turning more to the east-southeast overall. But if we can time that out, you look at overall night, we're going to see that activity start to push further north, and eventually as we get toward the morning commute, as I mentioned, we're going to see a lot of more showers around I-90 and a little bit further north. So later on we'll kind of track the rest of the morning and then tell you what's going to go on for Thursday evening, Friday, and more importantly, we're going to have a dry weekend coming too.
All right. Thanks, Greg. Well, a visual demonstration on the dangers of drunk driving for GET students today. First responders partnered with the high school to stage a mock car crash. As prom season approaches, the scene showed students the real-life consequences of driving under the influence.
They're not only affecting themselves and hurting their body, but they impact the lives of the people in their cars, but also in the other cars that they end up hitting or they possibly end up killing. And that's a burden that they have to live with, and that's what we really want to make sure they know.
Aquinas Central and Logan High Schools are all hosting mock crashes this week.
Vernon County is helping residents prepare for natural disasters in the area. Tonight, a disaster recovery seminar in Westby shared resources available in case of emergencies. Things like knowing escape routes or having a go bag for your home and car are simple ways to stay ahead. A director with Vernon County Emergency Management says flooding in the county was a major reason to host the event.
We see flooding almost every year, tornadoes, high winds, could be power outages, even heat. So just having the knowledge of where to go to get resources ahead of time is key.
This was the first year Vernon County Emergency Management held the seminar.
A new U.S. Fish and Wildlife Center could be coming to Winona. The Winona Port Authority has approved reselling a piece of land on Kansas Street to the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service to build a contact center. Winona's Port Authority actually purchased the property for $1 million just about a year ago. Although they're selling it for $50,000 less than that now, they're confident the center will help make that money back.
There's thousands of people who visit the refuge each year, so we definitely see that as an economic benefit.
There's one other piece here before construction can even start. Congress needs to approve the funding.
La Crosse's bike sharing program is launching its 5th season. Drift Cycle's launch event showcased the service's new app. It's easier for users to find one of their 13 bike stations around the city, including their newest one on Western Technical College's campus. The group's president says the bikes offer residents another convenient way to get around.
And all benefit when more people are using bikes. We don't have to be in our single occupant vehicles. So the more we can get people out and riding, enjoying what's some of the beauty of this community, and of this area, the bike is just a perfect way to do that.
Drift Cycle plans on adding more stations on the north side this summer.
Monroe County kids are learning the value of what's on their plate. The Toma Health Community Foundation donating $1,200 to the Boys and Girls Club of West Central Wisconsin today. That donation will create new programs teaching kids hands-on skills for preparing nutritious foods and making healthier dietary choices.
Utilizing your primary food groups, but allowing them the creativity to turn that healthy food, fresh fruit or a fresh vegetable or something we cooked and grain-based, and how to turn that into their own creation that's tasty and serving. So I anticipate a lot of fresh stuff, but a lot of creativity at the same time.
The 10-week summer program will serve over 80 local children.
And tomorrow, a special report on News 8 Now. 37 years ago this week, a Southside La Crosse mother murdered in her home, her baby unharmed, with no suspects and no motive. The crime has gone unsolved for decades. Tomorrow at 6, a look back at the Linda Wegner cold case.
Still to come tonight, thousands paying tribute to Pope Francis at his coffin inside St. Peter's Basilica.
Plus, President Trump signing a flurry of executive orders targeting education.
We have a very special bond, I think, as a family. Spectrum is the connecting thread to everything we do.
It provides us with reliability, lightning speeds, and allows us to do what we need to do in our lives.
From school to homework to entertainment, Spectrum's the perfect match for me and my family.
Fast, reliable internet starting at $30 a month, backed by the Spectrum commitment to keep you connected.
Wisconsin, one of those places where families spend their winters among our frozen lakes and snow-covered hills. With all the fun we're having, it's easy to take for granted how we warm up, by the fire or simply adjusting our thermostat. But what if you couldn't warm up so easily? It might be simple to imagine for 60 seconds, but for many, it's a reality they can't ignore. Working families, elderly, disabled, and veterans struggling to keep their heat and power on in the dangerous cold of winter. Freezing temperatures aren't just uncomfortable for them, they can be deadly. Make a real difference by providing a hand up for a neighbor in need. No matter the amount, every dollar helps. No one deserves to suffer when we can help each other.
The late Pope Francis was moved from his residence to St. Peter's Basilica today.
Earlier, pallbearers carrying Francis's coffin through the square, the same journey he made on Easter Sunday, hours before he died. In the first of the three-day public viewing, 20,000 people have come to say their goodbyes. At one point, lines stretching beyond the walls of the Vatican City.
It's just been incredible. I mean, it's with the amount of people here. You can feel that there's change happening.
Walking in, it's such a surreal place, and it's very holy, and seeing the body and just remembering everything that he stood for is very important.
Francis will lie in state there until his funeral Saturday. Following the funeral, there will be a 2-mile procession to St. Mary Major Basilica in Rome, where Pope Francis will be laid to rest.
President Trump signing 7 executive orders on education tonight. One takes aim at the college accreditation process. The order targets the federal government's process for deciding what colleges and universities can access billions of dollars in federal student loans and Pell Grants. It also directs the Attorney General and Secretary of Education to investigate unlawful discrimination by higher education institutions. Trump also signed an executive order aimed at bringing AI into K-12 schools. In a third order, the president threatens to cut off federal funding for schools that fail to disclose where their foreign money is coming from.
Elon Musk is stepping back from Doge. He said next month, just 1 or 2 days a week there, and spend the freed up time running Tesla. Earlier this month, the electric car maker reported the biggest sales drop in its history during the first quarter as buyers fled the brand.
Honda is recalling more than 150,000 Acura SUVs. A fault in the tailgate lid could cause the exterior and interior lights to fail. The recall includes the Acura MDX model years 2014 through 2020. Dealers will fix the problem free of charge.
Max is cracking down on password sharing. The popular streaming platform is launching a new feature called Extra Member Add-on. Anyone outside of your household will need to be added. This costs an extra $7.99 a month. The move follows Netflix, Disney Plus, and Hulu's anti-password sharing measures.
Disappointing. Well, in the meantime, we'll have more news ahead.
But first,
yeah, we definitely have more showers and thunderstorms going on throughout Thursday. Thursday night looks actually wet. The good news is the second half of Friday, we finally dry out, which sets up a pretty nice weekend. We'll time it all out and track it out for you coming up on your First Warn Weather Update after the break.
We would like to thank everyone who voted the board store Best of La Crosse, Best in Remodeling, Best in Windows, and several other categories. It is our privilege to serve the community for over 35 years. We owe our success to an amazing team of professionals and a commitment to do things right and do the right thing. If you have home improvement plans, big or small, do call or visit our showroom. Bathrooms, kitchens, windows, doors, sunroom, siding, pergolas, decks, more than you expect for less than you thought. The board store Home Improvements, 524 Copeland Avenue, La Crosse.
Get an 11% rebate on your entire project at Menards. Take on outdoor cleaning projects easily with a Husqvarna pressure washer. They have the power for making short work of any job. This 3,300 PSI gas pressure washer is now on sale for $355.99 after rebate. Suncast provides high quality, low maintenance, and easy to assemble storage. Protect patio cushions and other outdoor accessories with his Suncast deck box. Only $119.99 after 11% rebate.
Save big money at Menards.
What should I do next?
Western has the answer.
Do something that excites you.
Do something fun.
Do something that shows your skills.
Do something that gets you hired to do what you love.
You can do it all at Western Technical College. Choose from more than 90 programs. Invest in you, spend less, and get hired fast. Take that next step. Apply at Western today.
Do something for you.
The Meats family has finally gained a member. Meet Applewood Smoked Ham. Smoked is their middle name. 2 for $7 ham and Swiss melts. Arby's, we have the meats.
Wherever you are in Wisconsin, there's a free and confidential Aging and Disability Resource Center, ADRC, or Tribal Partner Agency. We're here for older adults, adults with disabilities, and your families. ADRCs are a bridge to support for benefits and financial assistance, transportation, in-home care, and more. Get to know your local ADRC and connect with resources now. Call toll-free 1-844-WIS-ADRC or go to findmyadrc.org.
News 8 Now wants to help you create memories with your family by watching movies on the big screen. Friday Flicks with Vicki Nichols of Sparta Cinema will tell you all about upcoming must-see blockbusters, plus exclusive deals at the theater. Watch this Friday at 5 a.m. on News 8 This Morning, presented by Sparta Cinema. Is it time for new windows or doors? Contact the company who has done the research for you. The best windows and doors installed by the best people. Clear Choice Window and Home Solutions.
Fortunately, we could have another wet morning commute for some areas. It's kind of been the theme this week with a lot of activity, mainly south of I-90, but this will be maybe a little bit further north. Still, some areas will see dryness. Other areas will have another wet morning commute to deal with. And then as we go through the afternoon, we're going to start seeing some breaks. But then as we go to the evening commute, we're going to start probably seeing more showers developing, which will turn eventually into really a wet Thursday night. The better news is we're going to be drying out finally for the second half of Friday. But all this thunderstorm activity that's somewhat strong to severe will begin to lift a little bit further north, the activity, but it's not expected to be, it'll weaken. So more shower type activity as it approaches maybe La Crosse after midnight. This will be scattered in nature. It'll start picking up a little bit in coverage as we go throughout the night, but really right along I-90, and then eventually as we get closer to the morning commute, this line or this area of light rain showers will be along I-90 or just further north. Now this could shift a little bit, but I think it will stay just south of I-94. And then as we go throughout the morning, this area will continue. It looks a little probably more impressive than what will actually fall from the atmosphere. As we go throughout the afternoon hour, this will begin to kind of fall apart towards noon and the early afternoon time frame. Once we get past that time frame, I think in the afternoon, generally it's going to be fairly dry, and then we're going to see the next activity begin to approach in the afternoon time frame. This will then become more of a wet condition going into Friday morning. That's the bigger story going into Thursday and Friday is the rain. It'll be more steady light rain, which means I think we're going to have a wet morning for the Friday morning commute once again. The good news is once we get through that, things do change. Give you another picture. This is what it's looked like after midnight. All that activity will lift to the northeast, so we'll see that kind of rotate through the area. By the time we get to about 10, 11, a lot of it's more spotty light showers. Then towards the afternoon and evening, we'll start clearing those skies out. Unfortunately, with those arrows coming from the north, we got a north wind that'll be blowing Friday afternoon, so it will be kind of chilly-ish compared to what we'll see probably for the temperatures, so more in the 50s as we go Friday. Now, the better news for the weekend, we're going to see more temperatures, but rainfall, this has shifted a little bit further south, and expect more shift with this depending on how things play out. But there will be a narrow corridor that areas get from now all the way to Friday noon that could push 1.5 inches potentially if we get some thunderstorm activity. Once again, a lot of areas will probably stay on the 3/4 of an inch to maybe an inch, but there could be areas that get more, so something to stay tuned on. Tomorrow's highs, as mentioned, cooler, but there are still some 70s out there towards the southwest. They'll have more sun in the afternoon, less cloud cover. Then as we go into Friday, we're looking at Friday's highs, even cooler, probably more in the 50s, even low 50s. Probably the coolest day of the 8-day period is right there, and we'll have more sun eventually late Friday. Then it's going through the weekend. Saturday, we're looking at temperatures more in the mid-60s. This is about where we should be average temperatures going on. And then as we go for Sunday, even warmer, potentially 70, because we have a big system coming through that also bears watching because it could have some severe weather going into Monday, along with pretty warm temperatures too on Monday. Could be the upper 70s before we cool off quickly behind that front for the rest of the week, getting back to where we should be in the mid-60s. So once again, more rain for Thursday, but it is going to be feeling a little bit cooler, so I don't expect to see a lot more 70s here. Probably not until maybe Sunday, but more likely on Monday.
All right. Thanks, Greg. Coming up next in sports, it's tea time. Highlights from the 3rd MVC boys golf meet of the season. Plus, before the draft takes over Green Bay, some kids got their own NFL experience today. Jacob is next.
A cold case almost 40 years old. No suspects, no arrests. Her 1-year-old child, the only witness. Thursday at 6. A look back at the murder of Linda Wegner, the case and the clues to the murder in the house on the hill.
Pivot! Shut up! Pivot! Shut up! Shut up! Pivot! Shut up! Pivot! Shut up! Pivot! Shut up! Okay, hold on. I don't think it's gonna pivot anymore.
Just like pivoting from heating to cooling season, it's a difficult adjustment. Pivot in the summer, called GNT.
Pivot! Shut up!
GNT. For the best heating and air conditioning, guaranteed.
We see you out there, building a life you love, knowing that when inspiration strikes, nothing should get in your way. At Blaine's, we're here to help with everything you need to make it happen at prices that make it possible. Like all men's, women's, and kids' Skechers. Buy one, get one half price. $10 off women's Levi's red tab shorts, $39.99. And new colors of men's work and sport polo shirts, just $15.99. Blaine's Farm and Fleet, in original.
Get solar and get saving with Olson Solar Energy.
The biggest thing I want to get across to people, whether it's via email or voicemail or text, is we are a local Wisconsin family-owned turnkey solar company.
We have project managers that will walk you through the process, keep you informed along the way, and make sure that the communication is the best that it can be.
All the financial benefits are awesome. And then on top of that, it's green energy. How can you lose?
Spring is here, and it's time for a fresh start. Right now at King Furniture, we're making it easy to refresh your home. Trade in your old furniture or mattress and get a discount on brand new furniture. We'll even deliver and haul it off for free. Find the latest styles in bedrooms, living rooms, dining rooms, and more. And save up to 60% off store-wide. Plus, enjoy free delivery and 12 months no-interest financing. There's never been a better time to upgrade. Out with the old, in with the new. Spring into comfort at King Furniture.
Covering all the exciting action from your community. Here's News 8 Now Sports with Jacob Lenzendorf.
In just over a month, it'll be time for regionals for area high school golfers. Today, the third MVC meet of the season with the Holmen Vikings playing host. A slight breeze, but some favorable conditions for low scores. This right here is Central Logan's Sid Hoyman, who tied for fourth with teammate Maddox Herlitsky, and Holmen's Spencer Galt with a 79. Onalaska's Rylan Tomaszek took third with a 77. Then in second, this kid, Aquinas sophomore Michael Jones, beautiful chip shot. He had a 73 on the day, but the medalist was Vikings' Kale Halaska. That putt right there would drop for birdie. He had 3 of them on the day. And in the team scores, it was tight, just 4 strokes separating first and third place. The Onalaska Hilltoppers take it with a 319 team score. Holmen followed with a 321, and Aquinas took third with a 323. Some WIAC baseball results from today. UW La Crosse falls in the first game of their doubleheader against Platteville. Then in game 2, the Eagles squeaking out a 7-6 victory. Anthony Vivian with a home run and 3 RBIs. In the nightcap, UWL now sits at 25-7 on the season. Meanwhile, in the majors, the Brewers and Giants doing battle out west. Milwaukee bats not with much going against Logan Webb. San Fran just plated their first 3 runs of the game in the 6th. And the Twins pick up their 9th win of the season as they take down the White Sox. Byron Buxton with his 5th homer of the year. All right, now it is time for the News 8 Play of the Week nominees. And the theme this week was viewer submissions. So let's see what we've got. Getting us going at number 1, this from last night, Onalaska facing Holmen in scoreless until Isabella Kromke lets one fly from long distance and buries it. Hilltoppers went on to win this one by a final of 2-0. Our next option for this week, Seneca at Westby, and Hayden Thurin up with the bases loaded for the Norseman, and she gets a hold of that pitch and blasts it out of the park for a grand slam. The sophomore driving in 5 runs in the contest. Westby went on to win by a final of 15-5. An appropriately numbered nominee here at number 3, and that's because West Salem's Josie Brudos knocked out 3 home runs back on Monday, driving in 9 of the Panthers' 22 runs in a blowout win against Luther. Brudos also pitching a 1-hitter in this one, and thanks to her teammate Megan Johnson for sending over these plays. Another viewer submission coming your way at number 4. We'll say Cooper Zeman gets the nominee, but really it's a few girls on the same page defensively for Melrose Mindoro. Bases loaded, Zeman to home for 1. Haley Hiles delivers the first, which is late, but Opal Buchanan throws it back home, and Hiles gets the out to end the inning. And finally, at number 5, we saw the powerful bats, good defense, but how about some elite pitching in the circle? Abby Zielkowski of Aquinas pitching a no-hitter in a 1-0 win over Central. She struck out 7 in the victory. So a lot of softball to choose from here this week, but some very different plays and performances to highlight for another strong week of nominees. And to cast your vote, head to news8000.com, and under the sports tab, click on Play of the Week and choose your favorite. Voting ends Friday at 5. And we are less than 24 hours away from the Tennessee Titans being on the clock at the 2025 NFL Draft in Green Bay. But earlier today, some special guests made an appearance at the Titletown District for a Play 60 event. Roger Goodell and some of the players who will wait in the green room for their name to be announced, including presumed first overall pick Cam Ward, were in attendance helping out. And during the Clinic USA football coaches and those prospects were guiding participants through a series of basic football skills and drill stations. And since 2017, the NFL and Special Olympics have partnered across the country to provide opportunities for athletes of all ages and abilities. And as a reminder, Kate and I will have coverage from Green Bay tomorrow, Friday, and Saturday as well. So check back in for all of that fun stuff as well. So it's very cool to see the human element of things, though, for the players.
Yeah, definitely.
Those prospects were those kids
exactly
just a few years ago.
Very cool.
You're going to have a great time.
It'll be
We'll
fun.
be cheering you on from here.
Thanks, guys.
All right, more news right after this.
Looking to upgrade your home? Save big this month at Wesco in Sparta. Buy 1 furniture item at regular price and get the second at 50% off. Or buy 2 items at regular price and get the third at 75% off. Want to save even more? Buy 3 items at regular price and get the 4th absolutely free. Don't miss out. Shop Wesco in Sparta today. Your home, your style, your savings, your Wesco. Tell them Peyton sent you.
Hey! This $5 Mega Millions game is super exciting!
There are prize multipliers built into every play. can win, it's $10. Plus, it has bigger jackpots more often with better chances to win it!
$5 Mega Millions really is something to shout about.
It's available at Wisconsin lottery retailers near you, like this one.
Which automaker employs the most hourly workers in the country? Ford. Which automaker assembles the most vehicles in the country? Ford. That's not a coincidence. It's a commitment. A commitment Ford dealers share by offering employee pricing across a full lineup of Ford vehicles.
Get employee pricing across a full lineup of Ford trucks and SUVs, plus $1,000 spring bonus cash on select vehicles. Only at your local Northland Ford dealers.
Give your business the dumpster service it deserves for 15% less than you're paying now with Big Hook. Big Hook offers daily, weekly, or monthly pickups with professional drivers and 24-hour emergency service to our La Crosse County customers. New commercial accounts lock in a 15% savings, plus be one of the first 100 to sign up and get free delivery, setup, and a $50 gift card. This is a limited time offer. Save more with service you can trust. Contact Big Hook today.
We really care about our employees and their families, and then also the community as a whole.
We have a lot of really, really good employees. It's like a family around here.
The customer is always number one. That's always our goal, to get them running.
Having Carrier as our main product with the support that they give us, the commitment to their product, to our people, is outstanding.
From the first call that you make, we'll take care of you every step of the way.
And air conditioning, your comfort is our business.
20 years ago today, history was made.
That's right. The very first YouTube video was uploaded. Called Me at the Zoo, the 19-second clip features YouTube co-founder Jawed Karim in front of an elephant exhibit. Just 18 months later, it would be sold to Google for $1.65 billion worth of stock.
And now estimates say anywhere from 3 billion to 14 billion videos have been posted to the site.
And where would we be now without YouTube?
I know. I mean, there's
runs our
something
lives.
for everyone on YouTube at this point.
Everything, everyone, all of it. Happy birthday, YouTube.
Yeah.
Right? All right, we'll have another look at tonight's forecast right after the break.
Right now, you're busy taking care of the people you love. Let Window World take care of the place you live. Window World, America's exterior remodeler. Improving homes, changing lives.
A home you love. A business that endures. It takes your vision, your hard work, and your dedication to bring them to life. The right tools help. Case IH truly understands your vision and what you need to achieve it. That's why we build the equipment, the local dealer and service network, and the data and tech you want today and tomorrow. Because we don't just build our equipment to work. We build it to work for you.
Visit any of your local Johnson Tractor dealerships, now including La Crosse and Richland Center.
We're an implant-focused practice. I think the advantage of a father-daughter practice is, I've been at this for 30 years now. I learned things that worked well and things that didn't work so well.
And it was fun to be able to just jump in and kind of complement that. I feel like it made both of us stronger.
You don't expect it when you walk into a dental office. You don't expect the family aspect, but when you walk into our doors, we're going to give you that.
If you think you have a full mouth of challenges, come see us. Come down for a free consultation.
The Silverado Trail Boss. And a little work. And a little play. And a truck that says no to nothing. And Chevrolet.
It's Chevy Truck Month. Well-qualified buyers can get 2.9% financing for 72 months on this Silverado. Or get $4,350 total value. Plus, current Chevy owners can get $4,000 total cash allowance when you trade in an eligible vehicle.
Hey golfers, don't miss this golden golf deal at Drugan's Castle Mound. Get a full 7-day-a-week golf membership for only $700 for 2025. Limited $700 memberships are available. Visit Drugans.com or call 608-526-4144 to get your membership before this great deal is done.
At Drugan's Country Club, yes, Drugan's.
Well, more showers and thunderstorms through Friday. The good news is the weekend remains dry and pretty seasonal too.
And that sound. Sports.
It's all about
NFL
you.
draft tomorrow
The next 3 days.
in
It's all
Green
about
Bay.
Jacob. All right. That does it for us at 10. We'll see you tomorrow.